humans enjoy retirement later in life, horses are exactly the same. And at British Dressage, we're really proud of our riders who are committed to giving their dressage horses a wonderful life in retirement after they've enjoyed long and successful careers. Who better to show us this chapter in the lifetime of a dressage horse than Mistral Horace and Laura Tomlinson? Laura and Alf were part of the history-making gold medal winning team at London 2012 and also won individual bronze in the freestyle competition. We meet Laura and Alf at their home to find out what he's been up to in his later years.
So I got him when he was at small tour level. He was actually already, he was 9, he was actually already nearly 10. And he was, had a bit of a bad reputation, didn't you, my boy? Came from Denmark and was obviously talented, but was very, very flighty and very, yeah, he definitely had a bad rep from people who'd seen him. But I was young at the time, and I was 19 at the time, and I sort of didn't know any better. And I was completely in love with him, and so we sort of embarked on our journey. And I did young riders on him the first year I had him. I think we came 5th individually, and we got team bronze, but we were sort of kicked out of every prize giving for bad behaviour. And he was just in general still a very loose cannon. Then we sort of worked our way up towards Grand Prix together, and he, in 2007, he qualified us for the Olympic Games in 2008. He was best Brit there. It still wasn't great, but we were best Brit in Italy at the Europeans, and then we went to the Olympics in 2008, and that was still fairly hit and miss and fairly disastrous. And then 2009 he started to get super consistent, and from there on in he medalled team and individual every year until he retired, including obviously London 2012. But it was definitely quite a journey. He had a lot to learn, but you know, from just basic stuff, from being able to go hacking and being able to do sort of normal stuff. I mean, when I first got him, he fell over just on our drive, just walking, because he was so flighty. But I never felt like there was a malicious bone in him. He never did anything naughty. He was just overreactive, really. And over the years, we built up a lot of trust and you know, our partnership. All right, Andy. Yeah, our partnership sort of grew. I was young, I was at uni and then finishing uni, so I had a lot of time to spend on us, not just the training, but us. And I think without that, it would never have worked with a horse like him. If I had him now, it might not have worked because I've got 4 kids and I wouldn't have had the time and energy to put into just him. It was nearly the end of our dressage career together. We did actually compete in 2013, but we didn't compete at another championship. So, but it was incredible because it was kind of the culmination in our many years of working together and becoming a sort of partnership, and all of everything my dad and I had put into this horse sort of together. It was sort of the pinnacle of it, and an amazing opportunity to have I mean, not many athletes at the peak of their career get a home game. It's a magical experience, isn't it, Alfie? The vets very much felt that he was still up to the vet trek. You know, they all said he was sound enough for the trot up and all of that looked good, but I started to feel in training that, especially in the half passes, I felt like I was having to support him more than usual, and it wasn't feeling quite his usual. It wasn't feeling quite his usual elastic self, and Dad and I talked about it, and it was a pretty unpopular decision with the team, but I felt like he owed us nothing, he owed the team nothing, and it was the right decision to make for him, never mind everything else, because I feel in dressage, in all equestrian sports, it's hard to find that right moment when a horse has done enough. And to me, I didn't want to show him one last time not at his best. I wanted him to finish super sound so that he could enjoy this many years of the retirement that he deserved. I think he told me in his own way, he's not a horse that would show unsoundness very easily. He's tough old boots, aren't you, Alf? So I had to just make sure I listened to him. But you've got to listen to what when they tell you it's time. And I'm sure he would have given me another great championship, but I don't think it would have been the right thing to do. Not great in the teeth department anymore, but for a long time he, you know, until actually very recently, he's been completely normal. He goes out in the field every day with his buddy Andretti, and these two still come in at night because they're sort of VIP OAPs. So they've still been a little bit more pampered and rugs on in the winter. But he has, you know, he goes out with his fly mask, and now he just has everything sort of mashed and soft, and try and be able to keep weight on him. But other than that, you don't do much, do you? Chill out. It's not something I would have ever thought he was able to do, but I was worried that he wouldn't be great in the field that much and that he'd get bored, but he took to it very well, especially when he started going out full time with Andretti. They became a pair. I mean, I've got videos of them in the snow playing around, and like, back when I was still based here, if we practiced a freestyle on the outdoor arena and their field was opposite that, they, you know, as soon as there was music on, you could see them both sort of charging around their field, having a laugh. So, you know, they keep their characters, and they sort of, I think they always find ways to entertain themselves. It's a very important part of of the dressage horse's life cycle. You know, when they've spent years putting work in to what we want them to do, you owe them the best quality retirement you can give them. And that looks different for different horses, for sure. You know, they have to find the thing that works for each horse, and we're very lucky that here we've got the space and the fields and the groupings that we can give. We've got quite a few OAPs here now, and it works really well, and I think it's one of the nicest things when a horse has, you know, finished their career on a high, to be able to say, right, buddy, you've done your thing. Go and chill now. I definitely miss having Alf in my sort of daily work life. I mean, I've got some lovely horses to work with. I've ridden lots of lovely horses in my time, but you know, horses like Alf are definitely a special thing. Years of our career together, the trust I had, and knowing that when I went in the ring, I knew exactly that he was going to deliver. That's a special feeling. And I mean, yeah, every horse you train, then you kind of trying to turn into another Alf, but there'll never be another Alf.